Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. Quite the winter wonderland here. Anyway, it's about 10:25, February 18th, Tuesday. About 25 degrees out here. This one says 26. And for our friends overseas, that says 27. It also says -2 centigrade. So there we are, the nice weather report. And we're getting more snow. I don't know, can you guys see it? I don't know if you guys could see it. Sometimes you could see it more. There you go, you guys could see that. So we need more snow. Anyway, I managed to get up here to the upper garage. And you know, when you make, there goes my first one, when you make YouTube videos, you run across a few folks, you kind of enjoy watching their videos, and they kind of do some cool stuff, and you never guess who this video is for. I don't know. The guy might be building a fire bike right now, which in itself is kind of a cool thing, you know, to bring to parades and all. I don't know if he's building it just as a fire bike, or in remembrance of 9/11, or in remembrance of the Boston bombing, or all the above. I mean, all are good reasons to, well, quite honestly, just the daily service of fire folks is a good reason to acknowledge their good works, right? And by the way, you Dizzy, look what I've had to do. Should have invited you to come by with your snow machine to help me out with this mess. I had to shovel a path to get here. Let me show you what I have and see if you want it for your bike. And look what I had to do for you. So, this is what it is. I don't know. I think it's picking up, right? You guys could see those flashing. Turn it on and off on the bottom right here. And it's obviously red and blue. This lens is a little loose. You gotta reattach that. I haven't messed with it. Bought this at a flea market. I don't know, over the summer, I guess, and because I thought it was cool, and it was real reasonable. Let me unplug it, take it inside, get out of the snow. But you know, I'm like one for buying cool things, and I wanted to, and after owning it, I was getting kind of concerned that I was going to find myself in trouble because it's got dust on it. I was going to find myself in trouble for impersonating like a police officer or something. But you know, it's made out of plastic. Here's what it says on the back. Visor light. So there you go. By the way, you guys got to check this out. My PT Cruiser, it's in cold storage. Look at this. Underneath that pile of snow is my PT Cruiser. What a mess. Anyway, my winter wonderland here. We're supposed to get 50 degrees and possibly rain later on this week, which means when this mess melts, I'm going to have a problem. A friend of mine tells me, and I'll assume he, you know, it's true, you know, he tells me every foot of snow has an inch of rain in it. So we got over 2 foot of snow out here. So that's 2 inches of rain, plus whatever rain falls. And normally when you have snow like this, you have quite a bit of ice damming, which could lead to substantial flooding. I did improve the drainage ditch quite a bit, but it doesn't do much good if it's, you know, full of snow and blocked up. So there we are. And let me get back in here, then I could go back to talking. I don't want to fall down and break this thing. Okay, here it is, Udizzy. See, this lens is just loose in here, you can see. So you just got to pick it up, perhaps with a piece of tape, and lightly tack it back on with a little crazy glue or something. I don't know if this unscrews. I don't want to mess with it and break it. I want to get it to you working, and then if you break it, it's your fault, not my fault. Anyway, PM me your address, and I'll send it out to you. And well, I'm sure you can put it on the fire bike. I don't know if you're going to put it upright or side by side. I think it's supposed to go side by side, but this would look pretty cool. Now that you got your sirens all located and so forth, this somehow will kind of screw things up. Probably it'll go upright in between them or something like that, or below them, or above. I'm not sure where you're going to put it. Once again, that's your gig. Once I send it to you, it's yours, and you do with it as you wish. What am I up to today? Not a hell of a lot. I'm getting tired of the snow. I would like to fire up the wood stove downstairs, but I have like a day and a half worth of wood inside, and I normally don't like to run completely out. And to fire up the wood stove, that means I got to shovel a path to that wood pile there, and then carry the wood completely through here, down that path we just walked up, and all the way over to the garage. And somehow homie ain't feeling that. And mostly I'm not feeling it because I just as soon not fall down and, you know, break my good hip. I'm sure the repaired hip will take whatever abuse I can throw at it. Now I got to be careful that I don't wreck the good one. I have to make sure that next winter, should this happen, especially should I be retired and this happen, that I am set up to do things in here. It doesn't have to be as huge as doing something like this. Maybe I should set myself up next winter for building something, or building a bike like Udizzy builds, or even Musty One. He builds those gasoline powered bicycles. They're not quite as big a project as these 3-wheelers or a tractor or worse yet, a Cushman, right? A Cushman's almost the size of a Ranger pickup truck. Or maybe I should just break out into like restoring this thing, though I don't have the paperwork for it. I should check the title. This would be a great retirement vehicle for running to the local grocery store. I have a Hannaford's within, I don't know, it's probably about 2 miles from me, maybe 2.5 miles. That'd be a great bike to run to the local Hannaford. It's an old Honda 90. I'm not sure what year it is. Once again, I didn't get the paperwork with it. But I would have to, I think mechanically it's fine. I think it's more than fine. I got to pump up the tires, make sure they're not dry rotted, so it'll get through inspection. And then I'd obviously like to clean off this brown spray paint crap. Must have been a kid with a paint bomb hit it. Though I've seen a lot worse paint jobs, so maybe it was an adult with a paint job, and they went with the the peel and stick Bedazzle there So that's a project that would be cool. You know, my first one or second one of the day. It would be cool to have such a bike to beat around with in retirement. For those short errands over to the post office requires me crossing a main road, which could be deadly, especially on something underpowered like that. In this area, I have to go near a local high school, and I'm not sure how the kids at the local high school manage this, but they all seem to be driving really cool cars that are extremely well powered. I guess their parents have a lot more money than I do, and a lot more money than I did when I put my kids through school. My one son had a old Corolla station wagon and 93, and the other son had a 2000 Kia, that purple, the Barney mobile that's out back. That's what they drove. That's what I could afford to give them, and that's what they drove around in. I couldn't afford to give them Magnums and Mercedes and BMWs and, Dodge Dakotas and Chevy Suburbans and all the other crap these kids are beating about in. Once again, they must have parents with a lot more money than I did. You guys could see my hoop buildings aren't feeling very well. Let me show you the other ones while I could get to them. They kind of got crunched down pretty good. There. There you go. So you could see them. You could see that's crunched down pretty good. The other one too. And the other one actually was in better shape before this snow and was a lot cleaner, so not quite sure it crunched down that well. But there we are. My other hoop building there. Well, hoop trailer. My lean-to on the reefer box. The good thing about building your own garages and so forth, I built this garage. I know what's in it. I know what the trusses are. I know the plywood I put on top was oversized. I went with 5/8. So I know it's not going to collapse. I also used plywood. I didn't use flake board or OSB. I could have. It's legal here, but I chose not to. In my mind, it was that plywood would hold up better, especially if it got wet sometime during the construction phase, where OSB normally doesn't hold up very well after a couple of wet-dry cycles. Begins to get weird. What happens is you could see it kind of begins to lift up a bit, so it's not as good. Anyway, I know when I built this place, I built it well. I built it strong. Used the hurricane clips and all that kind of stuff. Once again, I used plywood on the walls. Went up a size in that too. So the plywood ties to the top and to the bottom, and it's bolted to the foundation. So it would take a lot to bring this place down. I mean, I'm not talking 200 mile per hour winds would bring it down for sure, but in this area, I think they normally, the building code is probably for 75 to 100 mile per hour winds, and I exceeded the building code, so hopefully it's good for everything nature could throw at it. I'm not so stupid as the builders of the Titanic to say that it's not sinkable, because anything is sinkable and anything could be knocked down, right? So I'm not so bold. One does not want to tempt fate, but I know, because I built it, that it was done right. It was done strong, so I don't have to worry about it falling down. So probably when I close that garage door, a big hunk of ice will slide off the roof and smash me in the back of the head or something, just to show me who's boss. All right, Udizzy, I'm bringing this in, and I'm waiting to hear from you. PM me an address if you want it, and I'll mail it out to you. Consider it one of those, what's it called, pay-aheads, where you do a good turn for somebody, and then they do a good turn for somebody, and round it goes, and it makes the world a lot better place. With 200 cigarettes, I sent him that engine, and there's another YouTuber who said, hey, to pay it forward, I got a 110 waiting for you. I still have to go down to Jersey to get it. So that's the good part of it. You know, I'll send this out to you, Dizzy, and he'll probably bring that fire bike to a load of parades and make a lot of people very happy. And somehow or another, at some point or another, he'll have the opportunity to pay it forward, and he will, which will also make folks happy, right? That's what we're after. Okay, folks, this is getting to be a long video. Live, love, have a great time. Remember to keep your tires and tracks and feet down, your handlebars, your head and your steering wheel up. Thanks for watching and commenting and subscribing. We'll talk to you all again soon. Bye now.